My grandparents were out of town and we were staying at my grandparents'. The front yard is on fire. The sirens, the police are coming. I'm gonna get caught. Okay, let me just say something. Before I get into the story, I want to clarify that one, I'm not dumb. I was just young, okay? What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is my second, and yes, only second story time. And this one, the first story time was actually pretty crazy, but this one is even more crazier. Oh my god. I thought I was gonna keep this in the grave, and I thought I would never discuss this ever again. And here I am, talking to you. Okay, I need to take the hood down. The hood's just not working out. Alright, anyways, before we get into this video, please like this video down below, click that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell as well to be notified every time I upload a new video. I'm a fun, I'm a poppin' time, like I always say, and if you want to follow my Instagram, I'm a fun, I'm a poppin' time on there as well. Alright, wow, where do I start? Well, it started on a nice sunny day. I was 12 years old, and I was with my cousin, which I consider my brother. Anyways, my grandparents were out of town and we were staying at my grandparents', and you know, we thought, you know, I'm 12, you're 13, I think it's time that we throw a little rager, a little party, a little bonfire, a little movie night, something like that, right? Like, we're old enough to have people over and sneak people over and not have our grandparents find out about it. And this is where it all falls apart. Had a holly dolly time planning it. I think we invited like 10 to 15 people. It was just gonna be a fun time. We were so excited. This was our first time ever that we were ever gonna have like a secret party, a secret bonfire at my grandparents' house. So he has his little date coming, I have my little date coming. We have all our friends coming. And you know, the first thing that we need to do, we're like, before the movie night, we should have a bonfire. And so I'm like, yeah, 100% down, let's do a bonfire. We've always done bonfires, is our thing. Our grandparents let us bring over like 3 to 5 friends and have bonfires out in the front yard. But my grandpa always started it, is the thing. And not tonight, because they're not home. And we're gonna have a bigger bonfire that we're never allowed to have. And so it was up to me and my cousin to figure out this bonfire and how to start it. So we started with a little newspaper and a little lighter. Didn't work. Crazy. And we obviously used newspaper and a lighter because we had like a little fire stick starter and we were out of those. So we were like, wow, this is not working out and our friends are coming very soon. We need to figure this out. So we call my grandpa and tell him that me and Claire are just gonna have a little bonfire, just me and him, and have a nice night to ourselves. And so he explains how to start the fire. He says, put a little gasoline that we have in the garage on the wood, then light a newspaper up, then throw it in and it'll light up. We tried that, he tried that, my cousin, we both tried it. Did it work? No. It didn't work at all, to be exact. And you know, Savage Ben, at 12-year-old Savage Ben, I was a little crazy. I'm still very crazy, to be exact, but little Ben did not know any consequences, did not know any boundaries. He did anything and everything to get what he wanted and to do what he wanted to do. And what I wanted to do was start this damn bonfire that wasn't starting after independently trying to do it. Having our grandpa give us advice on how to do it, it just didn't happen. So Holly Jolly Ben, not knowing the consequence of it, grabs the gasoline tank. Oh god. So what I did was I poured a little bit more gasoline on the whole situation, lit it up, and we actually finally got a little bit of a fire. And boy, we were thrilled. We were so happy. But not even a minute later, we conversate really quick about like our plans for the night, you know, us teenagers, plan our little dates, plan what we want to do. And then we turn back around about like a minute later, and our fire is almost out already, again. And so what do? I grab the gasoline tank again, and keep in mind, the fire's already started now. The fire's already there. And I said, come on, let's just pour a little bit more of gasoline on this fire. It's fine, like it just has to have more gasoline, you know? So I pour my gasoline, not just more. I was pouring the damn thing. I was pouring the gasoline like there was no tomorrow. I was pouring like I got a dead body that I was pouring all over that I gotta light up. Like literally, I was pouring the gasoline all over the fire. And then my cousin was like, okay, like, bro, you gotta chill a little bit. Don't do that much. I'm like, no, like the fire needs to be good. It needs to be big. It needs to be popping. It needs to get lit. Like, it needs to stay on. We don't want it to go out again. And keep in mind, the gasoline tank had a little hose on it. So there was like a stoppage point when I was pouring it. It was nice and gentle. But then, the more I poured, something happened. Some bubbles in the bottle or whatever happened, popped up, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just started pouring out. And then the freaking fire grew so big and caught onto the tip of the hose of the gasoline tank. And I seen blue fire go into the tank. And here's my hand, boom. And then I see the freaking gasoline tank expanding as I'm screaming, but this is not a joke. So I see the gasoline tank expand as we speak in my hand. And so what do? I throw it at the gate, and in the front yard, it blows up and it lit the entire front yard of our house up. I started a fire in the front yard. So what do? 12-year-old Ben is not thinking right, okay? We have never dealt with a problem like this. We have never dealt with anything this serious, okay? I was cheating on my math homework and on my math test. That was the most serious thing that I was afraid to get caught on. But the front yard is on fire. And my cousin said he witnessed this entire thing, my entire emotions, my entire actions, all in slow motion. And I was like, oh shit. And I run to the house. Don't grab the fire hydrant like you told me to. I grab my uncle that was in the back house. He comes out. For some odd reason, I forgot there was a hose to water down the fire, which I should have done from the start, so the fire didn't blow up even more. And so he saves the day, ends up hosing everything down. Thank the Lord Jesus, not me. I did not save the day. He definitely did. And there was literally like blue lightning strikes all around the front yard. It was so weird. It looked like an actual cartoon / like fake movie. It was just so much. And so now that the fire's almost out, he gives me the hose and he's like, you need to finish this up. And everyone in this household is disappointed in me. My cousin that is there, my uncle that is there, and I cannot help to think what my grandpa will think. My grandparents, but mainly my grandpa will think. Because my grandpa's the type of guy, like, you mess up like that, you're just like, you're stupid. Like, how dare you ever make a mistake like that? Like, you don't play around with stuff like that. Especially my cousin Clint, if he ever made a situation like that happen, he would get yelled at so bad. But anyways, across from that, I was sitting there so sad, just hosing the damn thing like this. Making sure all the blue lightning streaks that I thought were kind of cool out. And then the next thing I hear is sirens. Sirens. And I'm thinking, oh my God, the front yard is on fire. The sirens, I'm gonna get caught because I almost lit my entire house on fire. The sirens, the police are coming, I'm gonna get caught. There's no adults in this freaking household. My mind was blowing up, literally just like that fire that happened 5 minutes ago. I was like, are you kidding me? I'm dead. I'm so in trouble. My life is done. I'm never gonna do anything fun for the rest of my life. I deserve this. I'm so dumb. Why did I do that? I should have thought about this before I did it. My grandpa's gonna be so upset with me. Like, da 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 da. And then I see the lights coming closer to me. And then I see this white truck, zoom, the siren lights coming closer to me, zoom, 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 right past my house. So I'm like, wait, hold up. I don't think that they're coming for me. And then he crashes into a tree and goes through the grass, like at this church area across the street from my house. And he like crashes and all these police, and it ended up being a high-speed chase. And it happened in front of my house. At the same time, I was having an explosion happening in the front of my house. My little 12-year-old self was trying to hose everything down. I'm like, oh, they're on a high-speed chase, like over there. I gotta handle my situation so they don't come over here. Like, oh yeah, like I'm fine, just a 12-year-old, you know, putting out the fire that I started in the front yard. Like, I'm fine, like it's cool, it's cool. And so I put out the fire, everything was fine, besides the entire front yard smelling like gas, like pure gas. It was crazy. So keep in mind, the function, the lit party, the bonfire, the movie night, the date night, none of it happened because I lit everything on fire, okay? I lit the entire thing on fire and it didn't happen. Keep in mind, our grandparents never leave town without us, so it was such a rare thing. I ruined the fun, it's all my fault. 12-year-old Ben, so ashamed of himself. He did not like the night, he hated it. He was so ashamed of himself, he hated himself for it. And then the next morning came. You know, I can't get away with the situation. The entire front yard is burnt. It smells like gasoline. There's just no way I can get out of this without my grandparents knowing. So me being Ben, I had to tell him what I did. So I gave him a call and I said, you know what? Hello, Grandpa. Hello, Abuelito. I did something. And he's like, what'd you do? And I was like, I burnt down the front yard when I was trying to do a bonfire. But like, it's fine. Like, the house is fine. Just like the front yard's a little burnt. And he was like, oh, okay, like just make sure everything's safe, like da-da-da. And then let me just say I was so shocked by how calm he reacted on the phone. And then they came home and he was so calm. Like, he did not get mad at me at all. And then he just showed me the correct way how to start a fire. And that was that. Well, also we couldn't have bonfires for the next 6 months, but if that was the only punishment that I had, then I was completely fine. I thought I was gonna get my phone taken away. I thought I was gonna die. I thought I was gonna be locked in my room right after school every day for like 12 years. And the worst thing that happened was we just couldn't have bonfires for 6 months. Like, no big, I can go to my friend's house for a bonfire. Like, I was just so shocked by the reaction of them. I don't know. God watched over me. God protected me. He knew I didn't deserve the harsh consequences. That's all I gotta say. Alright, well, thanks for coming to my story time. I hope you had a great time listening to my screaming voice tell this tragic horror story. 12-year-old Ben lit his house on fire, trying to do a bonfire, trying to sneak friends in, because that's what cool kids do, right? Oh God. Alright, I guess that's all we have for tonight. Yeah, wow, that was a lot. I feel relieved that I let that out to the world, that I'm not holding that in anymore. Yeah, thanks for listening. Appreciate it. Alright, bye.